This is our 2025 webinar for Sunflower Seeds Ukraine. We're going to be covering some of the progress we've made over the past year, some of the things we plan on doing next year in the upcoming future, and like Andre mentioned, we'll have a little Q&A at the end so you can ask any questions. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over now. Andre is a co-founder of Sunflower Seeds Ukraine, and he'll be presenting today.
Thank you very much, Cal. Thank you for introduction, and thank each and every one of you for joining our webinar. I'd like to tell you more today about our mission, how we help to save the lives and strengthen the resolve of Ukrainian defenders with your support, and explain how we do it and how this year, 2025 operational year, we have helped more than 5,000 defenders. By means of introduction, we are 100% volunteer organization with a team that is located worldwide. You can see pictures of our team members here. We have more than 35 of us in the United States, about a dozen or so in Ukraine, and 5 in Europe, in different countries. It's a real big team compared to where we started. In 2022, it was just a few of us in the United States and a few of us in Ukraine who were trying to help with Sunflower Seeds Ukraine. And we were sending one bag of medical aid at a time. By now, by the end of 2025, we grew to over 50 volunteers all over the world, and we are shipping, this year specifically, we shipped 6 40-foot containers full of aid to Ukraine. So big progress. Because we are 100% volunteer organization, that means we have $0 administrative overhead, and all your contributions and donations go to aid in Ukraine and to providing that aid in Ukraine. Despite being fully volunteer organization, we managed to run and operate a full cycle of aid. So what do I really mean by that? Here are some of the things on the right-hand side that we do. We focus on delivery and distribution of aid in Ukraine. Based on what we need to distribute there, we plan for the demand based on seasons. We procure and manufacture things that we need to distribute and fundraise for to be able to manufacture this aid and to provide it. We also have a lot of supporting information, including social media and other forms of communication, administrative, financial, and so on. So that's what I mean by full cycle of aid. And let me now just step through some of these points here in more details and tell you how we do it. So as I mentioned, our core mission is to save the lives and strengthen the resolve of Ukrainian defenders. And as such, the most important things that we do is we deliver aid to Ukraine and we distribute that directly to defenders. And that's our main focus. You can see here just a few pictures of people holding this aid in Ukraine and some of the messages that we often receive, a few a day, with their pictures when they have received that aid. That aid is being distributed from our hub, or as we call it, warehouse, in Western Ukraine, and it goes to numerous defenders across the entire front line, thousands of kilometers of front line across Ukraine, often through local postal services to fulfill these verified requests that we receive. More recently, we also had defenders, when they are on rotation or for other reasons in Western Ukraine, come and visit our warehouse in Western Ukraine and pick up that aid there themselves. These requests that we distribute come to us oftentimes through our website. So anybody in Ukraine who is in military service, whether it's in training or the front lines, can go to our website, sunflowerseedsukraine.org/help, and there is this Ukrainian page where they could fill out the little form and select the things that they need at that particular time to keep fighting. Typically, we send 3 or 4 or 5 individual things that they could select from a list of 10 or 20 to a defender, and the value of this one package that we provide to defender hovers around $100, including individual first aid kit and a couple of protective and field gear items. And we receive more than 500 of these direct requests monthly. And because it's kind of a big statistical number, we could proactively tune and plan our supply to account for the seasonal demands in winter and spring and fall as the time shifts. So how do we know that the aid we send from the US and from other parts of the world actually reaches the Ukrainian defenders in need? That's a question that I sometimes get asked at various meetings and presentations. Well, here's why. Once the items that are shipped from the US, and some of you help pack here, leave our warehouse here in the US, they are entered in our inventory database that is operated jointly with our Ukrainian team members in our hub, in our warehouse in Western Ukraine, so that we can track exactly when the items that we have sent from the US are distributed, to who they went, what were these items, and what was the person that received them. So it's all in one place, and we also get a confirmation from the defenders that received these items, and sometimes their feedback. And that's how we can ensure that it has reached them and has been distributed. This feedback, though, is very important because we do it at large scale and we work with many defenders. This feedback helps us respond and plan and quickly change or adjust to the ever-changing conditions on the ground of the war, because the war is changing all the time. So we often engage in new urgent projects that we maybe even thought would be happening a year or two ago if you were to ask us. For example, like this year, our focus on expanding and scaling provision of drone detectors in year 2025, along with other aid that we provide. Because we do things at large scale, we can also buy these items in bulk and work directly with manufacturing to save money on doing this. So you're not going on Amazon or Rosetka or whatnot and purchasing these things one at a time. They really come in big quantities, like a few hundred per month, as you could see for some of these items. And because we buy in bulk quantities, and because we get them directly from manufacturers, we can design this product to our needs, like this electronic earmuffs that you have our logo on it, a few others here. And we could also get the best manufacturing prices that are percentage of what one would pay in retail. For example, saving $20 on each electronic earmuff at the rate of $250 a month. That translates to what, $5,000 of months worth of saving. So every dollar our donors support us with goes much further because of this operation. And the same thing can be applied not only to this electronic and optical and protective devices, but also to the high quality field gear that is packed and shipped by our volunteers, by many of you, here in our warehouse in Colorado. We can provide this high quality US Army issued field gear in Ukraine at 10 to 20% cost of the retail prices than the defenders would pay themselves if they were able to even find this high quality gear in Ukraine. Now, I talked a lot about numbers, about money, where we buy it, where we get things from. What really fuels this operation is our fundraising. We run different fundraising campaigns through the year, usually one per month, focused on different topics, as well as a few special fundraising campaigns through the year, like upcoming holiday giving campaign, or breakfast panel in spring, or the Dine Out for Ukraine in summer. So I'm not going to cover all of them, but just to give you a flavor, this one particular important fundraiser in summer, Dine Out for Ukraine, this year, 2025, it has broken the record, thanks to many talented team members that joined our team recently. It was supported this year, but more than 53 venues across the Colorado Front Range. This is a very big number, and we are extremely grateful for support from these venues that stepped up and donated a fraction of their proceeds to our cause this summer, as well as you all, our community of supporters who came out and dined that day to further our cause. So thank you very much. Last but not least, we are nonprofit and as with any kind of small business, whether it's for-profit or non-profit, we have core team of members who, as volunteers, operate on a weekly and daily, sometimes basis, executing things in the world of financial or legal operations, volunteer coordination, communications, and many other things. So this is just a picture of one of our meetings that we had in the public library, where we discuss things that we've done and things that need to be accomplished. So if you'd like to support our operations, not only with your donations, which we are very grateful for, but with your time and your energy, we invite you to fill out this simple application form here, state your interest, and join our volunteer team, or even become a team member. You would be added to our lists, and you would be informed of various events we hold, as well as the help where we need. For example, these pellet packing events that are held 4 to 6 times per year are pretty good way to get engaged. So please scan this QR code, and if you're not yet on our volunteer or team member list, you'll be added. All right, so after looking at how we do things, let's see where our hard work led us this year. Let's take a look at the aid we provided, as well as the impact that we made, all thanks to your help. Thanks to your support in operation year 2025, so until September 2025, from October last year, we provided approximately $600,000 worth of aid. About a third of that aid went towards our medical program, mostly individual first aid kits. Another quarter or so included uniform components. Another quarter or so accounted for field gear, optics, protective gear, and a fraction of it, less than 10%, went towards humanitarian aid. Thanks to these numbers, we are able to support and provide aid to more than 5,000 defenders this year, and a few civilians that we are able to help. So these are numbers in dollars, but what do you really mean in terms of numbers of quantities? That all aid translated to more than 2,000 individual items, like the medical first aid kit, or protective electronic earmuffs, or backpacks, or uniforms and boots, or binoculars and drone detectors. More than 20,000 of them total that have been distributed to these 5,000 defenders that I mentioned. And these are big numbers, but I think what I personally feel is even more important than numbers are these messages that we get, usually a few per day, a few tens per day sometimes, from defenders holding our aid or telling us how it has been used and how it helped them. Now, I wish I could put all of these thousands of pictures in this presentation, but I can't. Good news is that we have social media, and we are on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and X, or Instagram, and almost daily we publish the reports from your donations to work. It's pictures and videos of people in Ukraine, defenders, holding this aid, and thank you all for your help and support. So if you are not there yet, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and you could scan this QR link here if you're watching this presentation from your computer to follow us there and stay up to date and see your donations at work every time, every day. Now, it has been a very productive year, and because of your generous donations, in addition to our core mission of saving lives and strengthening the resolve of Ukrainian defenders, we were able to execute also a few humanitarian projects, a few special projects this year. Some of them that I would like to highlight is the retrofit of surgical department in one of the military hospitals that treats wounded veterans of the war. Many children have been helped during the summer to attend the scouting camp, thanks to your support and donations, and fully replacing and retrofitting a heating system in a small village school, well, actually quite large village school. More than 500 children study there in the village where our warehouse in Ukraine is operated. Because of our humanitarian work and as well as other work in Ukraine, we have been awarded and have graciously accepted Service Above Self Award. It's a high mark, a high achievement that is awarded by the Boulder Rotary Club, and we've been privileged and very grateful to receive this award from them at their annual gala in April 2025. Along with our core mission in Ukraine, where our focus lies, we also provided a lot of positive experience for our local donors here in the US. This includes hosting and helping organize events like the Yagody and a few other concerts this year, or promoting the Porcelain War film screening movie. It's an Oscar-nominated movie this year. Hosting a constitutional panel day discussion on Sunflower Seeds Ukraine, as well as several of the solar charger conversion and decoration events that provide very positive experience to the local donors here. If you'd like to learn more about events that we've done or the events that are coming up, I hope you are signed up to our newsletter, or if not, please do. Or if you are sign up but not reading them, please open them. We send them out every month or so, and it's the best way for you to learn about what we are doing, what we've done, and what we are going to be up to stay up to date with us. You could scan this QR code here to sign up to our newsletter. And in addition to events, you'll hear a lot of other things. You'll get reports of everything that we've done each month, your donations and work in Ukraine, as well as insider insights into our team here in the United States and Ukraine, news from Ukraine, information about Ukraine, culture, history, and traditions, and many other things. So that's what 2025 for us looked like. What's up next? Where are we headed? Well, the end of calendar year 2025 for us marks the beginning of the holiday giving campaign. In the end of 2025 was the goal to strengthen and to enable our work in 2026. If you are relatively new to following us, every November and mostly December, our community generously unites around the idea of holiday giving campaign, making donations and sending presents to Ukrainian defenders. And these are some of the things that from last year, in case you haven't seen them, you haven't been around. We ask people to give to Ukraine and help further our mission. This holiday giving campaign is very important to us. That's why I'm putting emphasis on it today. It's our major fundraiser through the year. Usually about a third of our things that we can accomplish in next year are thanks to the funds raised during this holiday giving campaign season. So since 2022, when it started, until 2024, until last year, it grew by the factor of 2, up to $125,000 last year, thanks to 370 donors that have helped. And this year, we are continuing to grow, therefore, and the demand for our help in Ukraine continues to increase, so we are setting new lofty goal of $150,000 this year. Now, it's a very big number, and it's a lot of money, which we are very grateful for. It'll do a lot of good in Ukraine. And that number, the reason we think we can get it, it's not only because it's about cash or it's about checks, it's about conventional means. There are actually many different ways to help Ukraine and to help Sunflower Seeds Ukraine to accomplish this goal and continue our operations in 2026. One I would like to highlight today is contributions through individual retirement accounts or IRAs. If you are over a certain age, you could do that, or donor-advised funds. If you have other types of assets or resources, for example, mutual funds or stocks, or even cryptocurrency, we have means of directly receiving these donations. So you could use these appreciating assets and get tax benefits by donating them directly to us. Or even if it's something as an old vehicle that you happen to sit in your driveway, you could have that vehicle be picked up at no hassle for you and auctioned for us, where the benefits will go to Sunflower Seeds Ukraine to further our mission in Ukraine. Or perhaps you have other things, next to your garage, which is all used field gear. We have a donation program where here in Colorado people can use their good mountaineering gear in good shape to give it to us, and we will distribute it in Ukraine for you so that it can be used there for good reasons. So each of these different QR codes here lead you different resources, and regardless of which one of these options you choose, if you choose to support this year in these other unusual ways, Sunflower Seeds Ukraine is a 501c3 registered nonprofit. This is our EIN number, so every and each of your donations in this way would be tax deductible to the extent permitted by the US law. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to mention that I don't have a QR code for here is the workplace donations. Many big corporations and companies run holiday giving campaigns at their work and match donations of their employees. So we are also registered, we are on the Benevity, and you could donate to us directly through your workplace before your paycheck comes. So that's where we're headed right now. We are in preparation for this holiday giving campaign, starting Thanksgiving and maybe a little bit early. You will see a lot of intense week of communications and fundraising from us. A lot of things that are coming up in store on the calendar here, including Giving Tuesday, Colorado Gives Day, fundraising week towards Christmas and towards the new year when the holiday giving campaign ends, as well as some special projects here for drone protection we'll be promoting in the beginning of December. So please stay tuned for our upcoming communications. And if there's one thing to remember from this presentation, when you receive these communications during the holiday giving campaign, whether it's an email or social media, please take a moment to share our message, to share the web links that we send, to share our information that you see on social media with your friends and relatives. You are here, you are with us, we are very grateful for your support. You know about what Sunflower Seeds Ukraine is, what we do, and how we do it. So please take a little bit of time this holiday season, whether it's by email, text, or maybe at the dinner table on Thanksgiving or Christmas when you get together with your family and friends, to spread that word, to tell them how important it is to support Ukraine this holiday season and how their help can save the lives and strengthen the resolve of Ukrainian defenders. So thank you very much for your support 2025. We look forward to working with you on this holiday giving campaign and look forward to continue our mission in 2026. Thank you very much for your time, for your attention today here. I would also like to thank Daria Mushtaeva, our graphics designer from Ukraine, who has put together this presentation and designed these slides. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll be happy to take any questions. Over to you, Kyle.
I have oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Tucker.
Yeah, I just have a question about like identifying needs in Ukraine. Like my understanding is that the battlefield tactics and the technologies being used on the battlefield are evolving and changing frequently. And I'm curious about like how you're like learning about what the needs are and then translating those needs back into these fundraising campaigns.
Thank you very much, Tucker. It's a really good question. We help more than 500 defenders per month, and they select from the list that we provide that particular month what they need to stay safe and to stay alive in the front lines. We also have a free field form in this web request form where they can enter information about the things that they need, but we don't have on our list. And we monitor that and try to adjust our offerings in the following months to account for this. One example of it this year was these drone detectors that I mentioned here. It's something that we've seen come up over and over again as a request in 2024. So when we saw that statistics coming through, we talked to a few of our contacts, made some focus groups, and talked to folks that we know at the front lines, and decided to make this one of our priorities in 2025. So that's one example of it, but you're absolutely right. Things are changing all the time, and what maybe was relevant in 2024 and 2025, like these detectors, would be less relevant in the future. Fiber optics drones, for example, are a big problem to Ukrainian military these days. So some of the recent campaign that we learned and ran was towards protective netting something that works not only for RF-linked drones, but also for these fiber optics drones that resist electronic jamming and cannot be detected when they fly. So we now provide also safety nets to account for these threats. Does that answer your question?
It does. And I was going to ask actually a follow-up question about those fiber optic drones.
Oh, sure.
You answered that too. So yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, let's see if somebody else has a question. Maybe we can go back then to fiber optics. Other questions?
Oh, and I was just saying that you answered my question about fiber optics.
Sure,
Yeah,
that's right.
no-
I'm asking
no
if
other
anybody
questions.
else has
Thank
other
you.
questions. Cool.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
how far along are you in reaching your 2025 goal for donations?
You mean the 2025 holiday giving campaign?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, it's the campaign that we are have not even started yet. We are previewing. Officially, it'll start and Thanksgiving. Maybe a few communications that go around before Thanksgiving. So we are just starting here. This is our goal. Today we are announcing for the first time that we'll be holding this campaign. Today is November 1st, and I guess we have 2 months to get there.
Okay. So 2 months to get 150. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you probably have me on the video as you. My name is Roman, and I have several questions for you. Do you work or approach any charitable foundations to give you funds to buy equipment? Number one. And number two is, have you approached other charities that supply material to Ukraine to have a joint effort with them in consolidating containers of, let's say, equipment for the military or even to hospitals?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a good question about collaborations we have. As far as big charitable foundations in the US go from which the grants can be received, we definitely looked into that. One challenge with this is that many of them try to stay away or shy away from military-related causes, even though they are defensive like us in their mission. However, if you have specific suggestions of which big charitable contributions, foundations may be open to that, to those partnerships, will be.
Let me give you some information. I also, well, by the way, I'm Ukrainian. So
Thank you.
I work with my friends in New Jersey, and I belong to a group called Ukrainian Gift of Life. Basically, what their support is to Western Ukrainian hospitals, and we are very focused because we supply equipment for pediatric care and congenital heart diseases. So this is more equipment oriented as opposed to consumables, let's say, like the soldiers use. But I also approached a group called Project Cure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And I've been successful, let's say, to get 2 containers of material, medical equipment.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
To Ukrainian hospitals in Lviv. Now, I was there last month, and as a matter of fact, they gave me 2 satchels of first aid equipment, which included syringes and all kinds of other equipment that is used for emergency care. And I brought them over, and I was at their warehouse last week, and they have about, I don't know, maybe 100 of these sacks. They're about 50-pound units that contain nothing but first aid equipment.
Okay, yeah, and I think I understand, Roman, what you're talking about medical supplies and medical equipment towards hospitals. Thank you very much for that suggestion. We haven't worked specifically with Project Cure in the past. There is another organization called MAP or MAP, Medicine for All People, similar in the work that they do to Project Cure, and we have started this program this year. We have shipped our full full container, but partial container of the medical pallets of hospital supplies, and we're also ramping up our hospital equipment program in Ukraine. starting this year. So far, our office focus has been mostly on supplying defenders, but today's defenders are future veterans, and future veterans are even now wounded defenders. They need a lot of hospital care and hospital help. So we are definitely branching out in that direction, and I'd be happy to chat with you offline, or maybe you could reach out about whether your initiative and our organization can partner on maybe combining containers, like you said. So thank you for that question. Others?
Looks like Ilana has a question.
Oh, go ahead, Ilana, please.
Oh, hi. No, in part as a response to Roman. The other thing we have is in-kind donations in Colorado. So we have coordinated with, some bigger organizations like Copper Mountain Ski Area, for example, donates a lot of, like a van full of winter gear. So really good quality snow pants, snow jackets, things like that. So we do have different in-kind donors, and it's great because it's within our state also. So it's a really good partnership that we've developed throughout the years.
Thank you, Ilana, for reminding me of this. I meant to mention it one of the slides and completely skipped my mind. So we're grateful for our local in-kind donors, big corporations in that as well. Matthew.
Andre, from the warehouse to like actually being used on the front lines by the defenders, how long does that take? Like the next day? Does it take a week?
Like from the Ukrainian warehouse?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it. We shipped it one day, one evening. It shows up in most of these places next day. Nova Poshta, the service that does it for us in Ukraine, is amazingly good and amazingly efficient. I wish FedEx and UPS in the United States here work like Nova Poshta in Ukraine. But it's very quick. It's a day or two at the most.
Okay, very cool. Thanks.